Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're traveling back in time to the majestic royal palace of Sri Lanka to uncover a tale about a man whose wit was as sharp as a king's sword. This is the story of Andare, the legendary royal jester. In the bustling court of the Sri Lankan king, Andare was a household name. He wasn't a prince or a general, but his power lay in his words. As the royal jester, his job was to keep the king entertained with jokes, riddles, and stories. But don't let the title jester fool you. Beneath his simple and humorous appearance was a mind that worked faster than anyone in the palace. Andare was famous for his quick thinking, and he could turn any situation to his advantage with a clever twist of phrase. He was a master of words, a true artist of intellect, and this story is one of his finest performances. One sunny afternoon, a sensational aroma began to drift through the palace corridors, making its way from the royal kitchens all the way to the king's throne room. The royal cooks had outdone themselves, preparing a magnificent pot of soup. It was so fragrant that everyone who smelled it couldn't help but feel their mouths water. The king, drawn by the incredible scent, couldn't wait to try it. A servant brought him a bowl, and the king took his first spoonful. His eyes widened in delight. "Ah, this is absolutely divine," he declared, his voice booming with pleasure. "This is without a doubt the best soup I have ever tasted in my entire life." The king was so impressed that he announced, "Whoever is responsible for this masterpiece deserves a grand reward. Let it be known throughout the palace." The head cook, hearing this, swelled with pride. He had spent hours perfecting the recipe, and his hard work was about to pay off. But he wasn't the only one who heard the king's proclamation. Standing nearby, Andare the jester listened carefully. His mind, always looking for an opportunity, began to spin a clever plan. He saw a chance not just for a laugh, but for a piece of the prize. He knew he had to be smart and act quickly. Later that day, after the lunchtime rush had subsided and the kitchens were quiet, Andare tiptoed into the cooking area. He saw the large pot of soup still simmering gently over a low fire. Looking around to make sure no one was watching, he took a pinch of salt and a dash of pepper, adding them to the pot. He gave it a quick, gentle stir, careful not to change the soup's appearance. His secret mission was complete in a matter of seconds. With a mischievous glint in his eye, he went to find the king. He approached the throne with a respectful bow. "Your Majesty," Andare began, his voice filled with a fake sense of modesty. "I heard your praise for the wonderful soup earlier. I must confess, while the cook did a fantastic job, I also added a little secret touch to elevate it to perfection." The king's curiosity was piqued. He was fond of Andare's antics and was intrigued by this claim. "Is that so, Andare?" the king asked, a smile playing on his lips. "Let me be the judge of that." He ordered another bowl of the soup. He took a sip, and his face lit up even brighter than before. "Wonderful. It's even more flavorful now. Andare, you truly have a special talent. Your touch is magical. Just then, the head cook, who had been summoned to receive his reward, overheard the king's praise for Andare. He was completely baffled and a little upset. He stepped forward and cried out, "But, Your Majesty, that's impossible. I cooked that soup all by myself with my own 2 hands." The king turned to Andare, his eyebrows raised, waiting for an explanation. Andare, completely unfazed, turned to the flustered cook with a reassuring smile. "Of course, my dear friend," he said smoothly, "you are absolutely right. You cooked it, but I was the one who perfected it." Hearing this incredibly witty reply, the entire court, which had gathered to see the commotion, fell silent for a moment before bursting into laughter. The king himself laughed the loudest, his whole body shaking with amusement. "Andare, you never cease to amaze me," he chuckled. "Your clever tongue is as valuable as any cooking skill." The king then made his final judgment. "Both of you shall share the reward. The cook for his excellent skill in the kitchen, and Andare for his brilliant wit and clever tongue." And so the cook received his well-deserved recognition, and Andare, through his quick thinking, also walked away with a prize. From that day on, everyone in the palace admired Andare, not just for his humor, but for the sharp and clever mind that was always one step ahead of everyone else. If you enjoyed this tale, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories from around the world. See you next time.